All right, let's jump right in. In just the next few minutes, we are going to build your very first English conversation, completely from scratch. We'll start with the most important part, how to greet someone and introduce yourself. And that's a promise. By the time we're done here, you're going to have every single piece you need to have your first full conversation in English. It might sound like a big goal, but trust me, we'll get there together, step by step. Okay, so where do we start? Well, every conversation starts with just a few simple words. So our first step is to learn the essential greetings. These are the words that really open every door in English. All right, let's practice these. I want you to repeat each one out loud right after me. This is how you'll start and end pretty much any conversation. Ready? Let's do this. Hello. Hi. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Okay, and now for when you're leaving. Goodbye. Bye. Excellent. You now have the words to begin and end a friendly chat. Okay, you've got the greetings down. Now let's add the real engine of our sentences. We're going to talk about the single most important verb in the English language, the verb to be. Seriously, mastering this is the key to building your first real sentences. So this table, think of it as your cheat sheet. It shows you exactly which form of to be goes with which person. For yourself, it's always I am. When you're talking to someone, you are. For groups of people, we are or they are. And for a single man, woman, or an object, it's he is, she is, or it is. Okay, let's practice and lock this in. Repeat after me. I am. You are. He is. She is. It is. We are. They are. Great job. Okay, but what if you want to say something is not true? How do we make a sentence negative? Well, you're going to love this because it's so simple. All you have to do is add one tiny but very powerful word, not. Look at how this works. I am just becomes I am not. You are becomes you are not. Simple, right? But here's a little secret to help you sound more natural. English speakers love to shorten things. So instead of you are not, we usually squish it together and say aren't. And he is not becomes isn't. It's just faster and it's going to help you sound much more fluent. All right, we have the greetings and we have our essential verb. You know what that means? It's time to put them together and ask your very first real question in English. And here it is. This is the key to every introduction. What's your name? See how it uses that verb we just learned? What is your name? The answer is just as simple. You just respond, my name is, and then say your name. Now, you probably noticed the word what's has that little apostrophe. That's another one of those contractions we just talked about, just like isn't and aren't. It's just the faster, much more common way to say what is. You will hear this constantly in natural spoken English. Excellent. You can now introduce yourself. But what if you need to ask about someone else? For that, we just need two new, very important words. And those two words are his and her. The rule is really simple. We use his when we're asking about a male. For example, what's his name? The answer, his name is John. And we use her when asking about a female, as in, what's her name? And you'd answer, her name is Maria. Okay, this is the moment. We have learned the greetings. We have the verb to be, and we know how to ask for a name and how to answer. It's time to assemble all of these pieces into your first complete English conversation. Let's see how these pieces flow together in a real conversation. Person A starts off, hello, my name is Maria. Person B responds, and notice how they use her name. That's a very friendly touch. Hi, Maria, my name is John. And then, to be polite and friendly, person A finishes with this wonderful phrase, nice to meet you. See? Simple, friendly, and totally complete. And just like that, you have everything you need for a basic introduction. The greetings, the grammar, the questions, all of it. You now have the tools. So the only real question left is this. Who will you introduce yourself to first?